Hey guys, welcome back to an all-new episode of Conflicts. Today I'll be sharing a video by a company called Huawei. It's regarding innovation. Now, with technology advancing every day and us reviewing new and new products every day, innovation is a huge thing. And we can actually see that from one of our very first videos to our most recent video. Robotics, tech, everything is constantly evolving. And this also incorporates healthcare as well as our day-to-day life. Now, this video itself kind of demonstrates exactly what is innovation in terms of what is happening in the real world. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Innovation is about improving the welfare and well-being of humankind.
So yeah, I mean, right off the bat, that actually does make a lot of sense. Innovation is probably the only thing that's keeping us alive. It's essentially what's evolving humankind.
Innovation is the lifeblood of changing with the world around you. If you don't innovate, you die.
Technology has great power to realize a more progressive, brighter future for humankind. By focusing on innovation and technology and R&D, we have the power to solve any problem we want to solve.
It's hard for us to imagine humanity without technology, frankly, as an extension of our senses.
Without connectivity, I won't be able to achieve my dream of becoming a computer engineer.
It would be a dream for us to make an impact in people's lives.
Innovation means we can be part of the world. It's a bridge to a brighter future.
I am definitely an optimist when it comes to the ability of innovation to move societies forward and make them better.
人类文明的每一次重大进步，都离不开技术的重大发现与突破。世界因技术创新而改变。
So right there, innovation means being part of the world. So it is essentially the key fundamental of what is evolving in this world. And that itself, innovation, is a very strong word that I see on a day-to-day basis from what we're doing in our channel, which is really cool.
True innovation harnesses the power of technology to improve lives across the world. Here, a project known as Rural Star has connected this rural corner of Africa to the World Wide Web. For local teachers like Ben, this simple innovation has been a game changer.
And as you can see, the system is being managed by the Ministry of Education in partnership with the Ghana Education Service. With the installation of the Rural Star, it has enabled the students in this rural area to also reach their potential in terms of their education. The school has been able to introduce computers in the teaching and learning process. We are having about 30 computers. For our students, innovation is a bridge to a brighter future.
Kind of makes you realize like how much technology is changing, that even like in some of these remote areas where they don't have much tech, now there's Wi-Fi, and you can only imagine what that means for the future of technology, just because now you're giving the capability to these people to go ahead and advance themselves, and essentially they'll be advancing the world altogether.
I'm learning more from the internet because it helps me in building my knowledge retention, and also it helped me in acquiring some useful skills with technology. Without connectivity, I won't be able to achieve my dream of becoming a computer engineer.
Life at Banka before connectivity was a little hectic for us. This innovation means we can be part of the world.
The key to progress here is this: a light compact base station, which provides voice and mobile broadband services. In remote areas like Banka, this technology can be the difference between life and death. It enables local nurses like Gloria to contact larger hospitals many miles away, so they can provide for mothers whose lives are threatened by blood loss during childbirth.
The risks in maternal mortality has to do with bleeding after birth. You can lose the mother. We had a case in this facility like that. Because here is a health center, we do not give blood. So we have to call the district hospital to make an arrangement for the woman. Because we had informed them, they were prepared and she was saved.
Rural Star technology is also helping to reduce infant mortality, a huge problem in the developing world. The ability to communicate with a local midwife improves the chances of survival and a healthy birth.
Hi, Jane.
Connectivity have helped me to save a lot of mothers and their babies. As a midwife, it has helped me a lot. The distance from here to some of their villages is very far. Connectivity has really helped us. It has increased the number of pregnant women who comes to me, and the relationship between us also has really improved. I'm calling from Banka Health Center.
Innovative technology has helped to improve healthcare in general across this community.
Being a pharmacist as well, I understand the aspect of medical devices and the fact that you do need tech behind it. I do see myself always kind of relying on technology to go ahead and assert myself when it comes to decision making. So having that capability or the accessibility for those people in rural areas, I think it's actually very important.
Connectivity is making a great impact in our services here in Banka. Now my patients are able to book an appointment with me, especially with my family planning services. The network has helped improve the health system, and that saves lives.
From saving lives to creating new opportunities, innovation has transformed communities like this across the world. In Ghana alone, over 400 cell sites have been deployed since 2017. Reaching over 3.4 million people and increasing the national coverage rate from 83% to 95%.
Rasta is an innovative technology which has really provided tremendous benefits economically, health-wise, education, and even security. This country is blessed because of this technology.
If technological progress is the hallmark of innovation, innovation itself is rarely a simple process. It requires a blend of different ingredients. With innovation so often providing solutions to global human challenges, the first step involves identifying a problem that needs solving.
Me pasaba mal. Si cuando estudiaba me cerquea las letras y dibujar y ver las letras.
5-year-old Gael owes his sight to an innovation which offers a solution to the common eyesight problems suffered by millions of children across the world. Like many young children, Gael's condition could have gone undetected in the hands of traditional ophthalmology techniques, which have remained unchanged for decades.
Pensamos que era algo sencillamente un problema de actitud de él, ¿no? Alguna parte de la energía de él, y nunca pensamos que era algún problema de la vista.
Gael has been treated by a breakthrough technology used to identify eye problems in young people and pioneered by eye specialist Dr. Victoria Pueyo.
Being that I'm also a father and I have a 3-year-old, seeing something like this kind of hits the heart in the sense that, you know, obviously as a parent, technology is very important, and being able to incorporate that with our children is very important as well. We can utilize that for our own strengths and weaknesses, of course, to go ahead and improve mankind.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué tal, Gael? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien? Bien. Venga, mirando lo que sale aquí. ¿De acuerdo?
Y agradezco todo el trabajo del grupo de trabajo de ella, muy oportuno es la palabra, ¿no? Para identificar el problema del niño, ¿no? Porque a mayoría de edad el niño supone mucho más problema.
Veo todo mejor, veo todo más mejor.
Dr. Pueyo's innovative solution has been developed by her Spanish startup, Dive Medical.
Hola, ¿Qué te pasa? No te enfades. Venga, vamos por aquí, pasad por aquí.
This has overcome a long-standing problem in ophthalmology, getting young children to hold their gaze long enough to carry out effective diagnoses.
This is the device. We sit the baby in front of the device and we present different visual stimuli. It uses eye tracking technology, so we are able to assess the exact point on the screen he is fixating on. Because the images that appear on the screen are animated and has funny noises, they engage the child a lot. They cooperate much better than they do when we are trying to assess their visual function with traditional exams.
So it's kind of nice to see how they incorporate technology in terms of medical devices, as well as being able to go and relate based off of age. I personally love seeing that, especially with robotics and tech. This is actually very fascinating.
It works very well, even with very young children.
At an imaging lab, Dr. Marta Ortin then uses artificial intelligence to detect patterns in the large amounts of data collected by the Dive device.
Here we can see one of our tests, and the red dots that we are displaying on top of the stimulus correspond to the gaze of the patient. Gael's gaze much likely looks something like this.
The AI produces accurate and reliable assessments. This level of clarity has long eluded doctors.
We are able to present the results in a very clear and understandable way, with the probability for the patient to have normal or abnormal visual development.
Failure to diagnose eye problems can stunt the development of children and can lead to blindness in the worst cases.
It would be amazing to see children in countries where they would have never been detected with problems to be easily detected and referred to a place where it can be properly treated.
This technology is a prime example of how innovations which advance human progress are so often inspired by the necessity to tackle global challenges.
AI can play a really important role in making diagnostics smarter, better, faster, and more widespread and more sustainable for the global community. AI has the power to become a really integral part to healthcare in general in the future.
Problems provide the environment where innovation excels.
Crises definitely force innovation and change through necessity, and that is why during and after crises, innovation moves forward in uneven ways.
做我们在创新其实是一些人类需要解决问题的一些驱动啊，这些问题可能是企业发展的问题和人们生活遇到的需要解决的一些问题。技术创新是解决人类发展问题、推动社会进步的关键引擎。
Innovations which change and improve lives across the globe all depend on ideas. Ideas are the lifeblood of innovation, and ideas depend on an ability to think creatively. Technologists are thinking creatively about how to bring the modern digital revolution to one of humankind's oldest endeavors, agriculture. Powered by technologies like 5G, innovative ideas from drones to intelligent robots are making farming more efficient and productive.
So that's actually really cool to see how they incorporate with the farming and other advancements to go ahead and essentially boost our day-to-day lives. These things are essential in terms of the aspects of technology goes. So you can go and use drones, robotics, whatever, and go ahead and improve and create more food and more useful resources that we need on a day-to-day basis.
我们说手机已经成了一个新的农具，然后直播成了新的农活。 啊，他们掌握数字技术之后，也带来了非常大的改变，也享受了很多收益。
Okay, guys, see you later. Enjoy your day at school.
This man is helping to make agriculture a harvesting ground for the boldest kind of innovation, disruptive thinking, which completely reimagines ways of doing things. Doug Elder is dreaming up a whole new approach to food production.
So I was a geologist for 7 years, working on onshore drilling rigs in unconventional oil and gas. But then a very unusual opportunity came along in vertical farming, and that really led on to where I am today. Morning, Shava. How are we doing?
Doug works at Intelligent Growth Solutions, an agri-tech business that develops hardware and software platforms for the indoor farming industry.
Andy, how are we doing? Oh, you had a haircut, I see.
And their R&D facility at the James Hutton Institute has been called the most technologically advanced indoor farm in the world.
So we're just heading into the airlock now, which is obviously our first line of defense against pest and disease.
This fusion between science and agriculture is the perfect recipe for disruptive innovation.
These different blocks are telling us everything from the state of the nutrient solution right through to the HVAC system and the motors and all the pumps so that we can make continuous improvements to their performance. So as we head into the towers, total controlled environment agriculture is really what we're trying to achieve with this system. We have the light, the wind, the rain, those elements that you would normally get externally. Here we take all those external influences away, but we become the provider of those. And by doing so, we can create that precision agriculture environment in here, which allows us to create the perfect environment for every crop that we interact with in this space. So this is our onboard robot system. The idea of this robot is to communicate between outside and inside, and that helps us limit those human interactions. This robot will drive into the towers, pick up the trays from the tower, take them out to the service area. We are seeing some really interesting interactions.
Farming in a lab like this brings a disruptive new approach to agriculture and creates a whole new vision, a signature of innovation.
So it's important to have a pioneering spirit, to be bold and to think outside the box, to try something that seems impossible in order to have that dramatic, what we call destructive change that really affects society.
While automated technologies like this are controversial to some, they could be vital for saving the planet from environmental catastrophe.
Agriculture is now the most polluting industry in the world. We are impacting the climate in such a negative way. Flooding events, extreme dryness, extreme heat, the acidification of the oceans, herbicides, biocides, pesticides, the way we've mistreated the soil. There's a series of things that's making it harder and harder for us to grow high-quality, nutritious and safe food.
These disruptive ideas are an example of necessary radical innovations, which will creatively destroy old ways of doing things to meet the challenges facing humankind.
No one agri-tech is going to have all the answer. We're enabling new business models in agriculture, new paradigms. We kind of call it agriculture 4.0. We've got to grow more food. We've got to do it sustainably. If we don't, we will destroy the planet that we value so much. The technology is here now. It works now. There is no excuse for governments around the world not to be adopting these sorts of technologies.
Developing world-changing technologies involves much more than just a eureka moment of inspiration.
Innovation isn't just about ideas. Ideas are just a start and they're cheap. Innovation is created by the investment in the journey.
Successful innovations involve persisting through a challenging series of ups and downs. This means one of the key ingredients is a surprising one: failure.
鼓励大家在创新方面大胆的探索。我们鼓励我们的研究团队来尝试失败，那么失败也使得我们能够不断的去找到新的一些方向。
Innovation is about exploration and experimentation, and those processes are prone to failure.
Dr. Samuel West is a psychologist who preaches the virtues of failure.
failure that's done in the name of progress, where you explore new avenues or you do bold experiments. That's the failure we need to accept.
He has even founded his own traveling museum dedicated to failed businesses and products.
Oh, thanks a lot. The Museum of Failure is a collection of failed innovations from around the world. And instead of taking these failures and sweeping them under the carpet, we shine a spotlight on them. This is the Polaroid film camera. So much fun to unbox it. It's an amazing piece of technology, 3 decades too late. And in fact, the founder of Polaroid, I think his name was Edward Land, he got fired from his own company because he insisted on spending money on this thing.
Samuel believes true innovators must all willingly and actively embrace failure. But failure is something we've been programmed to reject.
Society glorifies success, at the same time sort of punishes and criticizes, embarrasses people who fail. It's a paradox. Those environments
that robot looks a little familiar.
that are accepting and somewhat embrace failure, they're much more innovative than where failure is punished or penalized.
Embracing failure means you have to be committed to the long journey of innovation and the process of research and development.
A lot of R&D is going to be leading to nothing, but some of it, especially when you're thinking about exploratory innovation, is going to be groundbreaking. So you need to commit to R&D just as a principle.
There are few companies in the world which place a higher premium on R&D than Huawei.
Innovation is a marathon, not a sprint. For Huawei, it's in our DNA to be focusing on R&D. It's the foundation of our competitive capability.
特别是持续的研发投入，坚持创新是华为生存发展的基础。如果不投资，我们就会落后。
A commitment to R&D requires a serious investment in resources, and the company has 700 mathematicians, 800 physicists, 6,000 research experts, 60,000 engineers, and has spent over $112 billion on R&D over the last decade.
创新与研究，我们认为需要一些长期的投入，我认为才能够把创新所需要的这些想法变为现实，产生成果，让这种人类社会来享受这种收益。
The long journey to develop 5G technology embodies the company's commitment to R&D and demonstrates the kind of conviction required for true innovation. In spending a whole decade developing 5G, Huawei took a big risk. But with the company now the world leader in 5G, that risk and investment has paid off.
我们利用了全球8个创新中心和客户的联合创新中心，也有10几个这个遍布全球的这么研发的一些能力中心。所以我们通过了6年3代的产品我想我们现在的这个产品领先我们对手2年以上。
Investing in R&D has proven to be a savvy business strategy, but the results have also delivered something much more powerful.
其实在这个过程当中，这些创新就是丰富了人类的沟通和生活。我觉得这个移动通信的这个发展，其实就是给人类创造更多的价值。
From the journey of R&D to the bold thinking required to address global challenges, the story of 5G mixes the key ingredients needed to create innovation. And it's a reminder of its true nature and purpose.
We're living in a time of unprecedented challenges, but we're also living at a time of unprecedented technological opportunities. Innovation clearly has a tremendous positive potential for any society. Societies that are successful are societies that are capable of innovating.
技术创新给我们带来了生活的改善和巨大的社会进步。那我们首先，我们聚焦，我们为社会来创造一些价值。我们所有这些技术创新，就怎么能真正的帮助解决人类的问题带来这样的一些福祉。
Well, there you guys have it, so it kind of gives you an idea exactly what innovation is and how companies like Huawei, among other companies, are kind of incorporating it into our day-to-day lives. Overall, I'm really excited to see exactly what the future holds, especially helping mankind overall. Now, with that said, if you guys had any questions, feel free to comment down below. Otherwise, thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.